amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Water.
It's motorsport, but not as you know it. Test yourself and your everyday road car. Safe, affordable, but most of all, fun. And all you need is your daily driver. Experience the thrill of a sprint day. Race against the clock at a hill climb. Or test your reflexes with an auto test. It takes just 3 simple steps to get started. Get on the start line. Search Motorsport Australia Daily Driver today.
Fishies in a row. They're here to make a point and to do Eddie proud. They fan out in the background as they come down to turn 1 for the first time. It all looks pretty good, 2 by 2. We'll stop the camera here. Oh, Eddie would be proud, mate. That was awesome run around turn 1. But, oi! Contact with the fishies!
He's made it through. It doesn't look like Angus has made it, but Thomas Freeman's made it through, and Angus is going to suffer the crowd coming through there to be able to turn his car around.
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride, whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride.
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
And they are off. It was a good start from Dylan de Bono. I think Phil Vella got a great start there in the background as well. You can see already cars going 5, 6 wide as they're trying to find any semblance of space. They come into T1. So far we've got 2, 3 wide as they snake down. There's Michael Culture that's got around Dylan de Bono. A couple of cars going wide there. Was that a bit of contact in the back? Scott Pocock caught up in that, I think, there, buddy. But it's Michael Cullaghar's got past, so Dylan...
light is coming out and we're about to get going, and we have a green light and a very slow start for the 86s, but they are moving out there on the grid. It would be very interesting to see exactly which driver can capitalise on this first lap. Just go through the grid. Look like Jamie Christensen had a really awesome start to get ahead of Dylan de Bono, and Doug Gowage also jumped his teammate as well, so unfortunately Dylan stalled the car a little bit more than what he preferred. But
Weekend in, weekend out, Motorsport Australia officials are making waves. From waving flags, waving cars through pit lane, or responding to a wave for help. Wave hello to new lifelong friends. Who knows, you might just make waves around the world. Ride the first wave. Search Motorsport Australia officials today.
Still great classes of car, and if you are able to, if you're coming up the ranks on iRacing through the licenses, it's a fantastic sort of laneway into prototype driving, going from that GT3 up through the prototype classes. As the safety car pulls in and we get ready to go green as we come up towards the line. Edwards, Hasler, who's going to get the jump down to turn 1, or will any of the fishies, any of the piranhas in behind them, assault them down towards
green and they're off.
First lap. Let's go here.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons.
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanek and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't implemented it, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get the good run. Dodds just absolutely think about it. It's a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sim Racing World TV. Welcome back for round 8 of season 2 of 2024 for the Warner Brown Tools V8 Supercars Super Monday / Sunday series here. We're out at Road Atlanta for the second time this racing week, since last Tuesday night where we had a bit of a super sprint round for the Tuesday Supercars. I'm your commentator here tonight, Hamish Munro, joined alongside once again by Steve Sinkovic. Sinker, big night of racing with big implications to come, and a big name missing from the field in Rehan Leonage. So many things to unpack for tonight. But Road Atlanta gave us some big chaos, some big controversy, but also some great racing Tuesday night. And I think tonight should be some of the same on offer in this sprint round format.
100%, mate. It's welcome back to a Monday night, which we probably won't be doing again anytime soon, that's for sure. It's going to be, no matter what, an absolute pearl of a race. There's still boys out there fighting for titles, and everyone that's fighting for titles is out there with the penultimate round tonight. And a lot of fun to be had, mate. I don't care how many is on the track. It's going to be a ripper all the way through. I've sent a message out to the boys to say, get your butts on track. It's Monday night, and there's a lot of fun to be had at Road. Where are we?
Road Atlanta.
Road Atlanta.
Yep, the pork chop. The pork chop of Atlanta.
Yeah. It does look like a pork chop, doesn't it?
It does. And I've said this for years, and no one really notices until you actually point it out. And like,
or Santa's hat in the wind.
Yeah, actually, he's lost his ball off the top. It's come flying off. But no, it'll be a big night of racing. Just quickly, we'll unpack some of the news coming to this week, obviously, as it will be the final round. So, two big names that are going to be out in this week of racing. Jamie Davis, his ban has not been uplifted after the ticket review, meaning that he now misses this final week of racing, which means he misses tomorrow night's Supercars round, which means he's now out of contention for that championship as long as John Gallen and I believe it's Dylan Gray, as long as they show up, then he is out of contention for that title, with those two being the other two in that championship fight. The other one is Doug Gowans, who will miss the Wednesday F3s, but can race Thursday in the 8.6s, if I'm correct.
No, Davis is out for the week, so he will miss that as well. So two of them.
So Davis is missing the whole week. Gowans misses Wednesday F3s, but can race Thursday 8.6s because they're the only two series that he races in.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. I think you're correct.
And then the other one to unpack is Rehan Leonage not being here tonight, meaning that his rear of grid penalty now actually gets applied as long as he doesn't show up before the end of qualifying tonight. It means that his rear of grid gets applied next week at Belle Isle for a 1 hour long race. So, you know,
yes,
we know Rehan's good, but it's difficult to get through the traffic and the carnage of Belle Isle. Whereas Jamie Dyke, who's on the other end of the coin leading the championship, he's shown up tonight. He's taken his rear of grid in race 1. So he might be in a very good position tonight, maybe to actually get some good chunk of points.
Well, yeah, definitely. He's spoke to him the other night, and he really wants to make sure he gets his title sewn up. I think it's between himself and Bruce.
And Mr. Doble as well, who's actually not here. Oh, no, he's here tonight. He's in P10 at the moment. So all three of them are up.
Yep. What's he got in it? And he'll start at about 14th. Yeah, I think Jamie's got a... Jamie got a rear grid tonight, Greg Barber?
He does. He has a rear grid ever since last week, meaning he'll start P13 on the road if we don't get any more drivers out there on track. So it could be worse. He probably... Best night he could have taken it. You know, he's going to be... He's going to be starting somewhere that a lot of drivers can only just qualify to. So a rear grid's not even going to be that bad.
Yeah, correct. What's tonight's format, mate, for the viewers?
It's a sprint round format, mate. 20-minute sprint and then a 40-minute feature race. Also, I believe Will Brown also has a rear grid for next week as well for a similar cool-down procedure infringement as what Jamie Dyke had. I believe that is as well the case too. So,
and Mr. Dodds, who's out in the room tonight, sitting there saying, "Hey, gents, he's out for I'm not sure how long for because he dislocated his knee on the weekend."
He's on track.
He's on track, is he? I thought he
he's
wasn't going
on
to race.
track.
Oh, he's
No, he's on track.
What's he going to do? Use one foot to brake and brake and accelerate?
Well, if it was his left leg, then he can just right foot brake. If it's his right leg, then that's a bit more difficult. But I'm sure he's figured out a way as we're about to get into qualifying. 13 cars in the session at the moment. So not the biggest grid we've had for a little while, but should be good racing nonetheless. And it's a big championship round as well. So
who's fighting for the championship in the pro-ams? It's
I don't know because I don't actually have the season standings after last week, so I'm not sure.
They should be there. I'm pretty sure they've been posted.
Round 6 is there. Round 7 I could not find. But I do believe that I'm pretty sure Cowie's contending. I think John Gallen is. And I think Travis Daly. So three of our big contenders are here tonight. No Troy Dooley, though, who has been a big contender as well. But Travis Daly, he's another one who's on the bubble. You know, he's one license point away from a round ban. So, but there is some loopholes in place if he can figure it out. I'm not going to reveal what they are, but he needs to figure it out if he does end up getting a license point on him. Someone has used it to their advantage. But
yes, she's going to be a little bit switched on there. Look, put it this way. Stand by. I think Barb's is doing the results for her.
I think that was that maybe,
yeah. But you know, at the end of the day, it looks good because all the pros are out there, and it's going to be a fun race out there for them anyway. So it's still competitive vehicles out there fighting bit by bit. It's going to be close all the way through and a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think as well.
By the time we start, we'll forget about how many cars started anyway, mate. Won't even mention how many cars started. Okay, from here onwards.
And there might be some surprising top 10 finishes as well if some drivers get caught in trouble and others are able to keep it clean as well, especially around here. You know, and with that reverse top 10, that could also then have big implications if there's a bit of chaos early in race 2 as well. So, you know, there's a lot on offer still tonight, a lot on offer for championship in terms of points. We're going to get a good roadmap or a good lay of the land of what's actually going to, or how it's going to be for next week, seeing this is the last drop round of the season. As time's starting to come in, David Coleman's on pole position with a 1:20.871, but he's just been pipped by both Visma and Doddsy, so dislocated knee and all. Doddsy still goes second fastest. Visma, though, the first into the 19s here tonight. Gallen and Cowan then line up in behind, both on 21s to lead the Pro-Am field as Tannick goes P2 with a 1:20.3, pulls it up to toe straight back to pits and get another go at it.
Well, here's some good ones anyway. Scotty Gamble signed up for Season 3, so that's one of the ex-champions. I know that Dyke will be out there, ex-champion. Next season coming back will also be Mr. Lobb. If War Boys continues his championship campaign like he has from this one, that'll be War Boys in there. We've got Coleman in there. Then all we're missing is Matty Stewart, who said he was coming back as well, because he sent me a message the other day when he got his trophy. That will have all past champions back for Season 3.
Well, you could not ask for a bigger and better way to start out the open variant of Sunday Night Supercars.
Yeah, and one more little tidbit for you. What we're going to do is for Season 3 is we're going to have our like your Brownlow, basically your best driver of the second half of the year. We're going to collate points, and we're going to have our 2024 champion driver. And I've got access to, you know how our theme of our trophies are pistons and components to the engine. I've got access to the biggest piston you have ever seen in your life, which is going to be our inaugural Driver of the Year award. And what it will have is it will have the naming rights sponsor's name on the top, and every year the Driver of the Year will have their name engraved on it, just like the AFL trophy, everything like that. This thing is a train piston.
Well, I have, speaking of Brownlow Sinker, I have access to a certain trophy store that I order trophies from every year for something that I organise that has a replica Brownlow medal.
Oh wow!
And we could.
Well, we won't be going there.
Well, no, I was going to say. Well, no, but like it's actually like reasonably priced. It doesn't look exactly
Yeah.
the same, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
We could
Well,
have.
we have access.
We could have admin vote every single round with a 3, 2,
definitely
1,
on the cards. Definitely
and
on
then
the
have
card.
a count.
Yeah, definitely on the cards. But it'll be a trophy. We've got two. One where the driver will take home for the year.
Yep.
And then it'll come back and it'll go to the next driver, and then we have the official one, which will stay at our premises and have the driver's name engraved on it. So we've got two. This thing is 30 centimeters high, 28 centimeters in diameter. So it's going to be a mega trophy, man. Once we finish it once Grim and I sit down and put it all together, it's going to be one of the most craziest things you've seen. It's going to be absolutely epic. So if that doesn't bring people to the floor, nothing will. And the party will be at Grim Industries and SRW's new facility in Ballarat Road.
You guys do not want to miss it if you have an opportunity to come down to Victoria and come and check it out and come in to our awards ceremony that we will be having at the end of the year as well. But at the moment, we've currently had 11 times set in this qualifying session. Only one driver who's eligible to set a time that's not. That is Tyler Lady. Jamie Dyke is not eligible to set a time as he has got a rear of grid penalty. As it currently stands, it's Anthony Visma to Bruce Tannick to Troy Maguire to Harry Dodds to David Coleman. That's the top 5. As Stone Street actually just snuck into the top 5. Coleman gets knocked out. Gallen, Doble, Cowan, Daly and Randall make up the rest of the field, with Delaney still trying to set a time here in qualifying after getting, I think, a couple of curb strikes here over his first 3 laps, Sinker, and we'll see if this one can bank it and he can at least get a time on the board. So we are now halfway through qualifying. He has not banked a time. We'll see if this one can pay him dividends here and actually get one on the board, because he will get cut off once the 15 minutes is over, being a sprint round here tonight.
Why is Greg Barber asking if this is still PG?
I don't know. I think because we're talking about... I think because you talked about a big 30-incher. I think that's why. So.
Oh, the 30 centimetres, mate.
Oh, 30 centimetres.
This thing is huge. Yes, I can see where he's getting that from. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna pick it up this week and I'll take a photo of it, because we're going to our new facility. The doors have been fixed, and we are going to start connecting up all the PCs, getting all the rigs together. We've got a few products we're going to be selling. We're also going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, selling Azatec product as well, which is going to be really cool. And a couple of rig suppliers on top of our own custom stuff too. So I'm really pumped to, it's finally starting to get some traction. So yeah, watch this space. We'll have it open. We'll have a bit of a catch up. I know that the majority of our people are out of Victoria, so maybe we'll have a day where we'll have a bit of an open day and we'll come down for a bit of a chinwag and a barbie or something like that. Oh, Tannick into the wall.
Oh, so is Delaney as well.
You know what? This is going to be a fun night, man, because the pace between a lot of these cars is very, very close, and it's going to be a close run all the way through.
Yeah, a lot of these, a lot of the drivers are the ones who actually turn up tonight. They're not too far off in terms of the pace. And I think they all have very similar levels of racecraft about them as well. So we should actually have a nice, clean and close run here tonight. Maybe a little bit of separation between the top end of town, the mid part, and then the back end, but it should be a good race nonetheless. It's going to take a bit of patience, though, as well, for some drivers who are wanting to be coming through the field at some point as well. But I think we could be on for a great night of racing, and hopefully these pros and primes turn it on for us to give us a great showcase of what the pros and primes can do. Being as next week is the last race of their classification before they become open drivers.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting for next season. Open drivers on a Sunday night. I think the volume will increase. We won't have the Monday nights anymore. I think it's a bit futile. We gave it a try. It's one of those things, we always give something a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's not the end of the world. We move on, we grow, we keep going. But numbers are looking good and should be a lot of fun. The guys out there tonight, I'm looking forward to this track. Some of these tight pins. We saw what happened down here on the with the 86s last week. We saw what it was like with the Tuesday night specials that we had. So a lot of battling. I think the 86 night that we had here was one of the best 86 races we've had for a long, long time.
Oh, I think 86ers have been absolutely turning it on this season in terms of how spectacular the racing has been. It's been a perfect cocktail mixture of chaos, controversy, but also just spectacular racing as well and great battles. So it's all kind of mixed together nicely to be just a really, really fun series to not only watch, but seems to be a very, very fun series to compete in. Even if you are getting caught up in the chaos, drivers continue to come back. They want to continue having a crack at it and continue trying to improve throughout the season, which is absolutely fantastic.
100%. And the good thing about it is that the AMs have got the splits spot on. It literally, when you see the timing table up at the halfway through the race, it's pro am with a couple here or there, maybe a mix through, but it's generally right on the money. So the pace is been done really well. The same thing with the Formula 3s. It's done pretty close as well.
Yeah, the Formula 3s has been so much fun to call this season. This second half of the season has been absolutely spectacular. Again, a great cocktail mixture of, a shot of chaos, shot of controversy, shot of battles, and then also just a complete landscape-changing moments that have happened over these last couple of races. I'm so excited for this week for that final round. It's coming down to the absolute wire for every single class.
Excitement's not going to stop because tomorrow night the GSRC boys and myself are having a meeting and we're starting to have a conversation about how we're going to do it and what we're going to do it, when we're going to do it. But we're definitely going to have a inter-club challenge at least maybe once a quarter or maybe once a year. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But the conversations are starting tomorrow night, so that's going to take the Formula 3 or Super Light, whatever you want to call it, to the next level of Australian iRacing.
Just imagining a trifecta series with another 15 drivers from F3A as well would be, make it even more massive. Have the top 3 F3 leagues in Australia competing all for rights and for glory to bring, personal bragging rights, but also bragging rights for their league that they're representing as well. It would be absolutely massive.
Well, the top 2 leagues will be represented, so it should be pretty good. Really looking forward to it. The times outside, mate. Anthony Visma is set at a light for 1:19.964. Really, really nice time. I think we saw the times hit low 19s as well on Tuesday night, if my memory serves me correctly. Let's see how they keep going. Mr. Taddock's next, Ty Delaney third, Dave Coleman 4th, Harry Dodds 5th, John Gallen 6th, Troy Stone Street 7th, Troy Maguire 8th, Andrew Cowan 9, Brad Doble 10, followed by good old Daly, Randall and Dyke, who's sitting there watching from his little chair, having probably a dare
mocha
as we speak.
Yes. A mocha, so we'll see if that'll fuel into victory here tonight off the back of the field. Travis Daly, he seems a little bit off pace tonight, and maybe just struggling around here a little bit in the MSR machine.
Well, he's only got to finish in the top 3.
That's true.
Someone goes, not Fitzy, flip the script and make the boys do 320s. Yeah, we tried that Tuesday night, man.
It was fun. It might actually work again, who knows? But it would mean we'd have to change server again. So that would be a little bit annoying with certain drivers coming on and off the circuit.
30 seconds left, so anyone who's out there tearing it up, looks like Coleman is.
Randall is, as well as Visma as well, so not many drivers left on track. This is going to be their final opportunity. I don't think Coleman's actually going to make the line. Visma's going to be super close, same as Randall, whether they can actually make the line here at the end of qualifying. Oh, they're going to do it. I think Randall will. I don't actually think Visma is. I think he's too far away. Randall around the final corner. He just missed the line by 1 second.
Did he make it?
No, he missed it by 1 second.
That was literally on the line. That
Yeah.
was crazy. That was crazy. All right, so how much time we got left till the race goes on? Let me have a look.
Oh, drivers are gridding up now, so there is
2 minutes.
not much between
Yeah.
them to get gridded up here tonight. My cat's deciding he wants a pat as I'm trying to bring up the starting grid. Starting grid for tonight's race. Anthony Visible will start ahead of Bruce Tannock on the front row of the grid with Ty Delaney and David Coleman in behind. Harry Dodds and John Gallen then start P5 and P6. Gallen P1 for the Pro-Ams respectively on the road. Troy Stonestreet, Troy Maguire then start for a double Troy fourth row of the grid ahead of Andrew Cowan and Brad Doble making up the top 10. It'll then be Travis Daly and Shane Randall in behind with Jamie Dyke on the back of this grid. Greg Barber, our race controller out there tonight. Big thank you to Barbs for being here once again.
Barbs and Mr. Leake. I believe Mr. Leake is in there.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Leake as well.
Mr. Leake is always in there. He's our resident. Oh, he's not in there tonight by the look of it. He's our resident safety car driver, and next season he will be attending all our nights as a safety car driver, and migrate himself across to maybe even get him to do some RCing as well. I know he does help them a bit out there when he's doing it, but yeah, looking forward to this one, man. Let's see how long it takes to get these up the porty end.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have that many cars to get through, but we'll see how well he can do it. Maybe Mr. Leake can train himself up as an RC to RC the Legends Series next season, since it is only such a short
That was
session.
actually going to be one of my suggestions.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I think Leakey would be good. Good practice for him as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, at least this is going to be a fun night. It's going to be a bit of a ripper. The boys ticking down. We have got 4 seconds left till the timer starts to go.
Lights about to come up. Let's go racing at Road Atlanta. Visma and Tannock on the front row. We'll see who gets the jump down to turn 1. How long will it take Jamie Dyke to get from the back of the field to the front? Tannock had a great start there off the line. Almost looks like he jumped it. We'll have to wait and see how Barbs thinks of that one as Visma drops back to the field, which I think he's had a really poor start compared to the majority of the field as they come up through turn 1 for the first time. Roaming their way round. Dyke's already made up 4 positions up into P10. Sorry, up 3 positions, I should say, up into P10 as they come through the S's for the first time. And Tannock looks to be a man on the mission as he starts to break away from David Coleman and Ty Delaney in behind.
Tannock is in a great position for the title this series, so he's going to be going full beans all the way through. The boys are all in a line already. The boys at front are starting to spread their wings a little bit.
Oh, that's John Gallen out wide at turn 6.
It's checked it. Its moisture level is good out there, John. Hopefully it's not too wet. No, it's not too wet. He's fine. Going side by side with Dykey, coming into that right-hander. Dykey's left through. He's gapped him already. Let's see who are the brakes. Oh, that was a very brave one on the brakes there. Oh, 3 wide, nearly there. Oh, nearly got his ass clipped then, but Dykey was so close to getting clipped, Brian. That would have been, I think, Stone Street coming through the back end. That was very close. I got my cam on Dyke on the bottom one, mate, so if you want to share that with the viewers, and watching him finding his way through the field for tonight's thing. Jason Douglas, it's not Tuesday. What's going on? Jace, this is the Sunday night race. Because of Scops, we took it to a Monday night, but we won't be doing that next season. It'll be all Sunday nights next season.
Off the back of Dyke's car, he tries to break away from John Gallen in behind him and put some pressure on Travis Daly just ahead of him here, up towards turn 6 and 7, the double right at the end of the bone. Tannock drops positions. Why is he dropping for? Oh no, he dropped out of the session just quickly. On board now with Daly, who's trying to get away here from Jamie Dyke in behind him as he now sees a big gap ahead up to Cowie in P7, just up further up the road. So they continue on.
Someone is Shane Gallen. Oh, Shane Gallen's. Oh, Shane Gallen. Who's that? Dropped out. It must have been someone who's spotting for someone. Dropped out due to packet loss. But there's someone else also blinking up there that they've just mentioned in race control.
Yeah, Tannock had a big blink and then went back into P1. But
Yeah.
Dodds at the moment trying to chase down Mr. Visma just ahead of him now. Looks like he looks to make his way through on Travis Daly at the bottom of the screen. Tanek still leads the way with Mr. Coleman in behind him. I'm sure he has the flask in hand here, fueling him to a podium finish if he can hold on for the next 17 minutes.
Taking the inside curb. Done well, kept it clean. Made the pass real easy.
A real textbook pass in the S as you line it up towards the braking zone. Got to be too wide as you enter that braking zone and just hope and pray you get it under brakes. Otherwise, both cars could end up off track. Like he's done well there though. Coleman just settling into his rhythm now. He's got young Delaney in behind him with Visma chasing him behind as well. So top 5 on track, nice and closely contested. They've got Troy Maguire with a delivery on his car this weekend. So he looks now to chase down the top 5 here. He's got Cowie in behind him. He's had quite an up and down season. Had some great performances this season, but also some quite disappointing ones by his front in terms of strategy. Failing or even just caught up another
it hasn't been
mistakes.
a driver error, more of a strategy risk that he's taken.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've got to do those risks every now and again because they do pay off. And it was just unfortunate some of them didn't work. But yeah, the boys are fighting their way through. Dykey is chasing down Cowan now, so he is 1.8 seconds behind him, and Cowan's got 1.5 at the back of Maguire. A little bit of a gap. Dodsy's dropped off Visma, but those guys at the front, Visma, Delaney, Coleman, Tanek, are all 2 to 6 tenths apart.
On board now with Dyke, who's trying to close that 1.8 second gap that he has up to Cowan at the moment. You know that Cowie he's a solid operator in the car, very, very consistent lap after lap. We know what Jamie Dyke can do, former champion on the Sunday nights. Looking to back it up this season, but currently he's got 7 cars in between him and his rival in Bruce Tanek. He's already gapped Brad Doble, who's back in P12. So now he looks ahead to Tanek, who's currently gaining 14 points. Wait, no, it's not 14. 4 points. It's currently gaining 14 because there's 2 points for the sprint race, 3 points per position for the feature. So
yeah,
it's I mean, it doesn't seem like a big loss, but 14 points could be the make or break for this season for Dyke. And
look, it's that close. It's that close. It's ridiculous, and it always is in this series, I guess. I'm just going to go.
Visma has now gotten past Ty Delaney up into P3. He had enough pace to get the car on pole, but bogged the start. That gave the lead to Tanek, P2 to Coleman, and P3 to Delaney, but now he's fought back. He has got a 1.5 second gap up to Coleman at the moment, who is currently chasing down Bruce Tanek, not letting him get away too far right now. Cinco, Tanek's not really able to break away from Coleman. He's just been able to keep steady and hang on to the back of the DPR machine at the moment.
Well, he's got to keep the pressure on so Dyke can catch him.
That's right.
Yeah, he has to keep the pressure on because this is going to be part of the team tactic. It has to be. Dyke is slowly catching. He's down to under a second now on the back of Cowan, so it's taken him a lap and a bit to get there. He's got a fair bit of work to do. He is 6.6 seconds off the top spot. But at the moment, he is probably second row of the grid if he stays at this position, which is not a bad thing either.
You might be thinking about that as well. You know, maybe take the points drop in this race to get the better starting position in race 2.
Oh, you look where he is right now. He's on the second row, and he's got Travis Daly and John Gallen in front of him, who he's probably putting his chips on the table, saying I can take them at the first few corners. And he's still consolidating a fair bit of points. You know, still in 8th place is not a bad point run. In the actual feature is a bit more points available, so it's not a bad way of doing it.
No, it's not, especially if Coleman can get past Tanek or Visma, who has some good pace as well.
Yeah.
It means that he's not dropping as many points to Tanek if he finishes where he is at the moment. Troy Maguire at the moment starting to put some pressure on Harry Dodds here for P5. We're hoping to get this move done clean and, not dislocate Dodds' car, because 1 dislocation in a week is bad enough. 2, well, that would be quite worrying for Mr. Dodds.
Very much so. Very much so. That would be his football career and iRacing career go in 1 week.
I know. You'd hate to see it.
Here goes Dykey on the outside of Cowie down into the final S. Cowie's conceded it, tucked in behind him.
It's quite ironic. Maguire made the same move into the corner right in front of that battle. So both Dyke and Maguire now make up a position into the Formula D section. Maguire over Dodds, Dyke over Cowan, and now Dyke looks to chase down Harry Dodds, who has a 2.3 second gap back to him at the moment. As Cowie continues to put pressure on Dyke, a little bit of a slide though through turn 1. Will really hinder the run up towards the S's and may allow Dyke now just to carry a bit more speed through here. Start to build that gap up a little bit, but Cowie not willing to give anything away at the moment.
Yeah, Visma set off a best lap of 120.288, so not a bad effort there at all.
He's in the P6 Accelerate Sim Racing machine. As Coleman is right on Bruce Tannock. Where has this pace come from Coleman here tonight? Surely,
No, mate,
surely,
maybe it's a no pressure night. Maybe
Maybe.
it's pressure that's been getting to him.
Maybe it's genuinely, I know we joke about it, maybe it is actually the feeling of finally having that flask in his hands has now inspired him to try and find more pace.
He hasn't even sent me a message to show me the flask or anything, so...
He's probably going to wait as long as he'll probably wait as long as it took for him to get it, to send you a photo of it. So
here's a funny one. Dykey got 2 flasks because one of them was the print was too big and it started curving around the edges, so it was a spare one, so I just gave it to him. Had his name on it. What am I going to do with it? Yeah. And he goes, "Oh mate, go chat to your engraver. He stuffed one of the trophies up." I laughed. I said, "Dude, it's one trophy. That's just one that they bodged up, so I've given it to you anyway." He goes, "Oh yeah." But he's been as sick as a dog, so I don't blame that he missed it. So I'm surprised that he's actually out on track because he's been very, very crook. He's been bedridden for half the week. So if he goes well out there tonight, it's be very surprising. John Gallen just pulled something in. I'm not sure what it was.
I think it might be this one. We are halfway through the race as well. So they've settled into their groove just a little bit here. It was Stone Street who wanted it up the inside of Gallen, gave him a little knock on the rear, forced him across the track. I think there.
Yeah, he's been told to readdress.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a redress for me. They've kept going. A little bit of a bump and run. Just back up.
Yeah. But he's got a fair way to readdress now.
Well, that is true, but that's what happens in racing. It happens in real racing.
Yeah, this is true.
Although,
well, you've stayed on track. You haven't gone for a drive-through, so you lose 2 spots that you gain after a bit of a bump, so that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and I would say as well, as Coleman keeps putting the pressure on Tannock up front, at Darwin over the weekend, like, I think it was Di Pasquale either pushed a car off track or he pushed a car off track, kept going, got no penalty for just literally pushing a car off track under brakes and forcing him to go out on the grass.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
How does that happen? I don't get it.
They are so lenient on like rubbing and bumping and just kind of knocking a car off track nowadays. It's so interesting how lenient they are on it. Like 20 odd years ago, they would have given him a drive-through for that.
Well, it's you cost someone's race. You got to get some sort of penalty, can't you? It's just ridiculous. I think that's part of the problem that people are losing the love for the racing as well. They're just too soft, too scared to offend anyone out there. We've become the V8 woke supercars.
On 8 minutes to go here. Bruce Tannock leads to David Coleman and Anthony Visma. See if Coleman's going to be awake for this one. He's looking to send it down the inside of Tannock. Backs out of it at the last moment and realises he's not quite close enough to get that run done as Visma starts to pounce and put the pressure on the back of the fishing mobile here of David Coleman. He's on fire at the moment as Anthony Visma. And why is it that the switch turns on at the end of the season but not during the season? Is it because he's too concentrated on his RC duties, Thursday nights for events? Maybe it takes away from his racing ability.
You talking about Coleman here?
No, I'm talking about, or both of them really, both Visma and Coleman. They both do RC for vets.
Oh, right, okay. No idea, mate. No idea. It's you know what it is. You go through peaks and troughs in your performance levels, and it could be just that time of the year that it's just not there. I think Coleman's a season 3 champion, so maybe he gets back to form for season 3.
see if he can do it again this year, of course. If he can back it up and get another Season 3 trophy under his belt. It'll be tough, though, in this open format with a lot of quick drivers coming in, a lot of quick drivers who've been around the block quite a few times in iRacing. And looks to be that the pace is kind of coming par for the course now.
Yeah. Travis Daly is really shaking it up there. I mean, Brad Doble on the back of Travis Daly. He's like 3/10 just flying near him. He was down to like 2 to 1.5 tenths at one point. So he's really putting the muscle down.
Oh, Coleman is putting major pressure right now to Bruce Tanek. We have got Lasley and RJ in the chat. Great to have here Laz. Unfortunately not to see Rehan on track. Hopefully we can see him next Sunday night in our next race for the final round. As Visma looks to get the move done on Coleman up towards turn 1. Under brakes he comes. Coleman has to concede. And Visma takes P2 on the road, is now only one position away from where he started this race in P1 and looks to bridge that gap up to
Look
Bruce
at the bottom
Tanek.
screen, 3 wide in the first corner. Look at this. Oh my God, it's nearly gone. Gallen's made it and tucked it in nicely. What a move. But then Doble and, oh my God. Travis Daly, that was a killer bit of movement there through those corners, mate. And they're still going. Oh no, Gallen's lost the wiggle. He's just kept control. No, he's lost a spot to Stone Street, but he's still there. Whoa, so close, but so far away. Laz, I'll be reaching out to you tomorrow. We've got to have a bit of a chin wag. We started the conversation a few weeks ago. I've been that busy that I haven't been able to reach out. But yeah, I will do, promise. The boys out there at the back and the front are putting some epic racing on. This is just absolutely crazy.
Absolutely turning it up to 11 for us. Jay saying sure it wasn't car triple 8 and car 8 at turn 4 at Dinner Valley. No, it wasn't the absolute mounting that happened from Andre Heimgartner's car. It was with Anton De Pasquale. I think it was actually race 1. It might have been.
That was R-rated supercars.
Oh, that was.
Have a look at this move. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, Daly and Doble. Nice move. He kept some nice pace. He was out. He was really. He had that really shallow exit to the chicane and did really well to maintain pace through there. Well done, Doble. That's an absolutely brilliant little move there. This battle pack is looking sensational. While you're doing that, I'll go to Mr. Tanek to get the boys going across there as well. Because everywhere we look, even though the crowd's not huge tonight, there's some battles galore.
The battles are here, there, and everywhere. And remember we said the front end of town may separate from the mid-pack and the rear end may separate from the mid-pack just a little bit. It has what's happened, but the battles have stayed condensed in those little groups. And the top 3 having a nice battle. Vikings having a bit of a battle with Dodgy a little further up the road. And of course, Doble, Stone Street, Daly. Gallen's now dropped off this just a little bit, but the battles are
Look how close they are.
Oh.
That's right now, that's 3/10 between them. That is crazy close.
Visma looks to take the lead on Tanek. Tanek still tries holding inside line. Coleman's right there. Still Visma tries to hold on to it. As they come up over the hill, Visma holds on to P2, but Coleman's going to keep putting the pressure on. Let's get that battle up on screen, actually, for the big one.
That is some great racing, great racing. I'm going to switch mine again, mate, so just keep them there.
Get it on,
we'll keep it going. I've got Dikey chasing down Mr. Dodds. So this is the guy with the damaged knee, Mr. Dodds. So I'll have to hear how much damage actually occurred. He said it was he dislocated his knee, but he tore nothing. When I dislocated my knee, I did a complete ACL. I did everything, lapel, the inner, outer. I had a complete reconstruction. I was gone for like 9 months.
How long ago was that, Sinjo? Just to
Dude, that was back in the days. That was back in the days when Spider played for Hawthorn up front in the ruck.
Oh, okay, so not really a comparable age then, because you would have been probably 10 years older than what Doddsy is now at that point.
I was, when I did my knee, I was 26, 27.
Okay, yeah.
So
Doddsy's
it was the last time I played. Last time I played first grade soccer. After that, it was all over Red Rover. I've had three more operations on the same knee since then. Here we go, Dyke on the outside. Look at this. He's having a go. He's breaking into the corner. Nice and clean. Well done. And then, oh.
This top 3 battle is heating up at the moment. Dyke's now only losing 12 points to Bruce Tannock at the moment now. There's only 5 positions that separate them, but there's 6 points of separation for position since Tannock's P1, Dyke's P6. 5 cars in between, so he'll look to try and chase down Ty Delaney, but he has got about a 1 second gap up to him at the moment. But it may not be all over just yet, only 2 minutes to go. We should have 2 laps left of this race. Anything can happen. And well, it may not be very long until Dyke can see himself in the top 5 once again here tonight.
Yeah, 100%. He's a second off the pace at the moment from Ty. Ty is 1.8. I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch him. But these boys in the bottom screen, have a look at this carousel. 0.27, 0.27, 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, 0.2. That's how close they are at the moment. Putting pressure on each other and having a sniff on each corner.
Well, we're focused on Brad Doble at the moment. He currently sits pole position of the next race. If he can finish out where he is at the moment. On the other end of the stick, Tannock, whose P1 has just started to gap Visma a little bit now by about 0.7 of a second. Who continues to be put under pressure from David Coleman in behind as they come round. They'll start the final lap of this race. Barney will be out there with the white flag, of course, as we look to finish off race number 1 of 2 here tonight for Road Atlanta from White & Brown Tools. We're at Supercars Super Series here.
Nice driving, nice driving. These boys, I tell you what, these boys in the mid-packs have lifted their game this season immensely. Next season, it's going to be just a championship series. Everyone can enter it, whether they're amateurs, pros, pro-ams, and they're all fighting for the big trophies. It's going to be a killer Sunday night. I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, I look forward to Tuesday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, and the other nights to watch as well.
One thing I've just noticed is there are currently 4 fishies in a row. Coleman to Maguire to Delaney to Dyke inside the top 6 at the moment. They've all found themselves in a little school together, although Coleman's broken away a little bit from Maguire, who's broken away from Delaney and Dyke. But Tannock leads them down the back straight now towards the Formula D section. Visma's nowhere near close enough to get a move on Tannock. He just has to keep it on the tarmac through the final couple of corners and should have this win locked up like a...
Lucky, trying to give a go around the young fish. Here goes the old fish around the guppy. He's taking him on the inside. Shallow entrance. The young fella is right behind him, conceded.
Tannock, though, comes across the line, takes the win in the first race. Visma P2, Coleman P3 on the road, up 1 spot. Maguire's going to come home up 4 into P4 on the road. And Mr. Dyke gained 8 positions in that race to finish P5 out there, ahead of Delaney, Dodds, Cowan, Stone Street, Doble, Daly, Gallen, and Randall.
There they are as they come, Stowe Street and Doble coming down the round. Tell you what, there was a nice bit of action everywhere through that. That was great. I don't think there was a ticket. I don't think there was anything called. That was sensational. Let's see, who can we drag in? Let's have a look. Dodsy's in the room there. Let's drag him in and just see how bad his knee injury is, or whether we was just fishing for sympathy when he said he dislocated it. I'm cruel, aren't I? Mr. Dodds, turn your microphone on, mate.
There we are.
How are you, buddy? Now, all right, mate. Dislocated knee and driving like that. What's going on? You just looking for sympathy or what? What's going on?
Mate, it's actually legit. I actually did fully dislocate my knee, but somehow managed to pull back in before I went up to hospital on Saturday afternoon. So, yeah, that was fun.
Have you had complete X-rays yet?
Yeah, I've fully completed X-rays.
Nothing torn?
Nah, nothing torn. Really nothing broken, which is actually surprising considering because the bone fully went out.
What did your lower part of your foot leg go back behind or forward?
Oh god, how can I put this without making
left or right?
It went left.
It went left. All right. So the top of your thigh went to the right, and the base under the bottom part of the foot went to the left. So dislocated that way.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're so lucky. My second time my knee went, my bottom part of my foot or the lower part of the foot leg went backwards, so I couldn't straighten. Doing a back heel of a soccer ball on the running towards goals, back heeled it, and as I put my foot down, it just went pop.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's exactly what mine felt. Yeah, a couple of days ago. So yeah, that was it was excruciatingly painful. Like, my first knee injury. So yeah, it was it was.
You need to make sure you do proper rehab, mate. I'll tell you that right now, because it's if you don't do it, even though it feels good, it will not be good.
Yeah,
my rehab was shit house, and my knee was never that good again. And I've had 4 operations on it now, so no more cartilage now.
Lucky. Well, I'm getting straight into rehab tomorrow night. So yeah, heading to the football club tomorrow. So yeah,
Swelling's gone down. Any bruising?
There's still a bit of swelling, but it's
no bruising.
Tiny bit of bruising. It's not.
That's a good thing, mate. Bruising. When there's bruising, that means there's a tear. So you've had a slight tear of something, whether it's a muscle or something. Something's torn a little bit, which is good. If you had a lot of bruising, you'd definitely torn something a bit more better. So that's not too bad, mate. Well, take care of it. Is it the left foot or the right foot?
It's left knee.
Left. So it's your braking foot.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Have you dialed the pressure down on the pedal?
Actually braking with my right foot, just resting my foot on the clutch when I launch off the line. So yeah, I'm just doing it for that tonight. So using my right foot for braking tonight.
All right, mate. Well, get out there and have some fun, and it's going to be a lot of fun for me and Hamish here, because we're getting to see all the action tonight.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Will do.
Well, we have actually got some cars out on track, Sinker, in Mr.
I just saw that.
Stone Street. So they're going to cut some laps for the final couple of minutes here of the warm-up. We did reveal one race on the calendar on Friday night for Legends. I think it's time to reveal another, since it is, we're getting closer to the full calendar reveal. So we mentioned that round 1's going to be Belle Isle for the Legends next season. Round 2 is going to be the Sebring Club Circuit. So we're doing it. You'll notice as the calendar gets released, we're doing it in a way that it makes sense travel-wise. You know, like, you know how like real life, like some calendars make no sense in real life racing logistically in terms of like traveling.
Yeah.
This one has heavy, because both myself and Jack like it when a calendar makes heavy logistical sense in terms of how you travel. So like last season's 8.6s made a lot of sense because it went from West Coast to East Coast in terms of logistics. But the calendar's good. It's gonna be a lot of fun next season. 2 rounds match the exact track of the supercars the same week. 1 round matches the country for one of the rounds outside of those 2. So it'll be good. It'll be good for next season.
Excellent, mate. Excellent. Well, it'll be, I don't know, maybe I'll have a rig by then. I don't know. It's going to an auction this weekend. I don't know. Don't know if the bank will let us have it this close to where our settling is, but you never know. Could move out quicker than I expect. But new job as well, starting next Monday. So things are on the up and getting busier and more hectic as we speak.
Well, I recommend you come and have a crack, Sinker. They're a challenge to drive, but they're incredibly fun.
Oh yeah, we had a go at them at one of our mayhem nights. We used to do Saturday night mayhem, and it was around one of the small oval tracks.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. They're all lining up. Reverse top 10. So this is going to be interesting.
It will be, mate. Brad Doble will start pole position tonight after finishing P10 in the last race. They had a choice Stone Street on the front row of the grid. Andrew Cowan, Harry Dodds then line up in behind with Ty Delaney and Jamie Dyke in P5 and P6. Troy Maguire and David Coleman then make up that Fishy Motorsports quadfecta in behind them, with Anthony Visma and Bruce Tannick making up the top 10. Travis Daly, John Gallen and Shane Randall make up the rest of the running order for our second race of the night here for 40 minutes around Road Atlanta.
Nice. I'm just sending a message to our illustrious RC, Mr. Barber, if he could possibly get us the updated results by the end of the end of the feature race.
Well, it might be a bit of a task, but we'll see how he goes. We'll see how we can get that all
lined up. You haven't seen this guy work, mate. He's an absolute magician.
Oh, well. I hope tomorrow night we get a good race, because tomorrow is my 100th broadcast for you, Sinko. So I hope we get a good one tomorrow. And tomorrow is also my 170th overall broadcast as well for iRacing. So I also hope that we get a good broadcast for that one as well.
Nice.
It needs to be twice as good for the final race.
One sad thing happened this season because I haven't raced this season, or was it this season? I lost my my top spot in the Formula 3 for most participating in the series. So I missed all that.
You lost it to arguably the driver who's won the most in F3s in terms of Daniel Burns. So
yeah, but he hasn't passed as most. I've passed the most.
Passed or been passed?
No, passed. When you last, you got to pass.
That's
you got to go forward.
That's true. Lights
All
are
right,
going to go
these
up in
boys
just a
are lighting
moment,
up.
though. We will see who'll get the jump down to turn 1. It'll be Doble versus Stone Street with Cowan lurking in behind and Dodds as well.
Dykey's flashing, Gallen's flashing. They're off.
They're off, and it was an atrocious start from Stone Street in comparison to the cars around Dodds.
Bad.
Oh, he's dropping positions like a fly at the moment as Cowan also looks to take advantage into turn 1 over
Three
Dodds.
wide. Keep it clean, lads. Keep it clean. Always fish around each other. Don't flock into each other's tails. Stone Street and Delaney. Nice and clean. Oh, McGuire nearly hit the back of the young fish, the young guppy. Oh, too wide again. We got the two old boys down the back, Coleman and Tanek. Oh no, they nearly turned each other. Oh, look at that. That was so close. Well held by Coleman.
Tanek almost looked like he was trying to body Daly there over to the inside line. He was trying to find some space, but Daly was like a wall in the way. He had nowhere to go. As they come through the double right-hander of 6 and 7 up towards turn 8 now at the end of the straight into the Formula D section. They come. The fast-paced run down this straight. Who can forget the absolute miracle saved by Andrew Rushworth down here?
Oh yeah, that was sensational. If you have a moment, go back and watch that race from last Tuesday. It was spectacular. I think me and you were getting a bit of a name for having a bit of favouritism towards the old-fashioned bumping racing, because we seem to be attracting that sort of attention, mate, and loving it.
Well, that's the best kind of racing. That's real racing. That's touring car racing.
This is it.
You know, yeah, a bit of a door bang, a little bit of a bump and run.
I guess that's why we love the 86s so much, because there's just so much of it going on.
Well, it's why I have an affinity for old supercars racing as well, because it's like it feels like proper touring car racing, especially like late 90s stuff. It's so much fun to watch. But Doble leads the way at the moment with Cowan in behind and Dodds chasing him down.
Doble's doing really well. He's getting the pace up already. He's obviously the first across the line, so he set the fastest lap. But he's gapping already 7/10 on to Cowan, so doing really well. The rest of the field is 2 to 3 tenths, really close. Travis Daly, he's backed off. Nope, he's back into it. Daly and Randell, Gallen and Coleman. Hang on. Coleman went down 5 places.
Yeah,
that contact there with Bruce.
Yeah, and he was off the track at turn 5 and running across the sand.
So he's got to fight his way through.
Exactly.
Here comes Dyke. He is marching his way through that field as we speak, and getting right onto the back of the boys in front of him.
He's a man on a mission at the moment. Brad Doble, this probably paid dividends for him, because he's now, he can hold out with his pace that he has. He's going to get a good chunk of points after losing so many points compared to Tanek and Dyke in that first race. If he can get a top 5 finish here tonight, it's not going to be as big of a loss as it was, or what it could be if he was down the back. So this reverse top 10's actually paid out for him, and well, could see him still continue to be in this championship fight going into the last round next week.
Yeah. Stone Street made a very quick disintegration down a couple of places there, unfortunately for him, and he's fighting it down there and finding it tough too with
Travis Daly.
Excuse me while I catch my breath. Yeah, with Travis Daly, who is, I think he's lifted up a level this season. I really do. He's I'm liking the way he's driving, liking the way he's racing. He's getting in there. He's keeping it clean, but keeping it very consistent.
Yeah, even though he is on that bubble for license points, he has lifted up his game, but he's been a lot more competitive this season. And that's come with the territory a little bit, getting a bit faster, but being around those faster guys you're not used to, as Stone Street's under pressure at the moment from Shane Randall down into the Formula D section. Looks to get it done down the inside. Stone Street trying to hold him off. They're going to go too wide through the chicane. I think Stone Street's going to hold him out, but Randall's not going to give it up anytime soon. Up over the hill they come. They're still too wide as Stone Street has to pull it in.
Stone's just going in. Why is he going in?
He might have a penalty.
I can't see anything in the system. I can't see anything in the system.
I don't know.
That's an unusual one. Right.
It seems to be a self-inflicted off-track thing. I'm not sure. Maybe he's coming in for a little splash of fuel, possibly.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Bailey stays ahead. Visma down the back end of the top 10 with Bruce Tannock, who are trying to make their way through the fish ahead of them in Maguire, Delaney and Dyke. Coleman the only one not around them at the moment. Look at how compacted these top 8 cars are on the road.
Yeah, it's close. And here we go, the Fish Boys fighting against each other as well. You got Maguire on the inside of the young Guppy. Guppy looks like he stepped aside for him then too.
Yeah, I think he's just let him go. He knows there's a little bit more pace than him. They're trying
Fuel
to consolidate positions. Maybe a bit of fuel saving as well.
Actually, Guppy and the old fella Tannock have spent a lot of time around each other this season, having a few fights and tussles, which is really good. It's good to see the young fella get in there and have a bit of a crack.
Maybe this is strategy. Put Delaney ahead of them because they know how well Delaney can actually survive and defend for his life.
You reckon they're putting out the young kids so people feel sorry for him so they don't try to pass him too hard?
I'm not saying that. He races like an old man. Or a seasoned veteran of the game, I should say, actually.
He is definitely a seasoned veteran now. There's no doubts about it at all. At all. I'm interested to see if Dad and Mr. Whiting come back next season and the rest of the fish. I want to see how he compares to the rest of the boys now. That's what I want to see from Delaney. See if he's going to be up there with Mr. Whiting and his dad.
On board now with Anthony Visma, who looked to get the move done on Bruce Tannock ahead of him just there, but wasn't quite able to get it done through turn 6 and then had to slot him behind for turn 7 as well. Hasn't really got the run off the corner. There's big movement up ahead of them though. On board now with Delaney, you can see Maguire and Dyke. Dyke didn't look like he wanted to give anything away. Maybe it was with Dodds as well. So they come down towards the FD section now at turn 9.
Oh, nice space. Oh, he tucked in nicely. Oh, he's got the inside line, Dykey. That was a really smooth move.
That was a ripper move.
Too wide. Whoa, that was a great little move there. Not much in it. Do you reckon he took some paint on the way through?
Oh, I think he may have given a little kiss on the back of the leg there on the way through, just saying, hey, how's that knee going as I make this pass?
Just a bit of a slap.
Just little...
Dodgy be in his shorts right now too, you know that, and he's got those skinny little legs of his too. Oh dear me, sorry Dodgy.
All of a sudden he'll have an itch underneath the wrapping around his knee.
Have you noticed the line that Bruce takes through that I think it is, bottom of the hill, the left-hander?
Yeah.
He goes right across the dirt there, he takes it real wide.
He's probably just trying to carry as much speed as he can through there. You know, as a drifter, he probably has good enough throttle control to not actually lose it on the scene. We have seen claim a lot of drivers in the past, so that's probably actually one benefit of his driving style, is he can push those limits a little bit to catch a little bit of rear end and actually hold it through. There's Barb's over the radio. Sure.
All right. So the incident between Coleman and Bruce Tannock has been called no further action. We didn't get a chance to see that one. So, see what it is. Whoa! Tell you what, Daly and Randell are having a great little sparring match down the back there, doing some really tough racing. I just had this beautiful camera angle of them coming near the wall, flying over the top of the camera. Jeez, it was nice.
Can you close your driver's stand?
I can, right away.
It's just overhanging a little bit on your shirt. Thank you. No further action for that one with Coleman. We'll find the replay actually to get a better look at it. I'll search for it. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is, right here. Tannock wanted it on the inside. Oh, there's a bit of neck code between them. That's what kind of pressing Coleman out wide. kept it running, but I think maybe I just had to slow down, which is why I got so many spots.
Okay. Was it netcode, was it?
Yeah, the slight netcode on the between the cars, and that's then kind of unsettled Coleman's car through there. As the battles continue on, we are just about a quarter of the way through now, 9.5 minutes in. Ooh, big wiggle off the exit from Maguire there on Dodds. So look to go too wide.
Barbs just told me it was Coleman versus Gallen, lap 2, turn 1.
Okay, we'll find that one.
Yeah. Thank you from below, the darling depths of the room in race control.
This will be what it is here. Says Gallen, he's looking to get past Coleman there. It was before that. So it might have been this. So Randall's come past. Yep. Big contact between them, so get a better look at it here. Oh yeah, that was huge netcode. What? That was massive.
I couldn't tell from that angle. I couldn't tell at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you can take it from a different angle, it'd be alright. Well, it must have given Coleman a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, that looked like a bit of netcode between them, to be honest, from that angle, but I'm not sure. Race control, obviously, we've had a lot more angles on it to be able to suss it up.
Yeah.
As we start back 9 now.
Ooh, a bit of dirt there. Who was that?
I believe that was Mr. McGuire. As Dyke has now taken the lead through all this, so we will get that replay up as well of him taking the lead from Cowie. We're taking it from Doble. Down towards the FD section. Cowie covered the inside line. Dykey had the run. Yeah, a little bit of a door bang. It's all good. All going fun.
Oh, look at this. Behind him is a nice little battle going on as well. Look at that, McGuire on Doble.
On through.
Oh, and now also Bruce on the inside of the little guppy too. On the Visma, I think that was. Great bit of driving there for these boys. Back markers is fighting like crazy as well. So we've got Travis Daly, Shane Randell and John Gallen in the back there. David Coleman's had a bit of a shocker of a night, unfortunately for him. But you've got to love his persistence, and he comes out and tries to have some fun, which is awesome.
I believe Stone Street has had to tow back to pits. Whether he requested or not, I'm not sure. So he'd come through turn 5. Oh, did it claim him? It did.
Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Big damage.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's our first example of NDM on Sunday nights on the Supercars. So unfortunately, Stone Street was the victim of it, but there's no way he was getting that back. That was.
No.
That looks like front left wheel was off it. Oh, I actually don't think he requested it. I think he just sent it back to pits. So unfortunately for Stone Street, that'll mean a disqualification from the session, unfortunately for him, and possibly a penalty for next week. But we'll have to wait and see.
We're down to the we're down to 15 minutes of lapse time. What do we got? It's on the clock. No, not quite. 13 minutes. Ty Delaney's just called something in.
Yep, that'll be with Anthony Visma, who was spun round at turns the second corner.
Yep.
So what happened here? So Daly come past him. He's already going. So we already had big damage. Then he caught the curb. So
he's got no rear end there.
I think this might be what it was. So there was the young Guppy coming up on Tannic. There's Visma on the outside. Oh, 2-for-1 special.
How did Tannic get that?
I think he was
He was
lucky.
front on that one, mate. That was so
I think he was lucky, but Visma out of that one then actually copped the heavy damage off it.
Yeah. Oh, he just passed the stop and go as well, the pit entrance and everything.
So what was it?
Oh,
So
that was
a different angle. They came through. There it is there. So Tannic's in the middle. Then they've had it coming together.
Across.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I don't even know how you can call that one, to be honest. That's
Ty's
going to take some
come across.
reviewing.
He's pushed Bruce into Visma. Visma's then rotated and got stuck in the Ty. Oh, I reckon that could be Ty's won that one from what you saw there.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to see, but we'll leave that to the boys up downstairs in the dungeon, where Barbs is sitting right now, chained to his chair, and Paul Vismas trying to make it back to the pits with 3 wheels. Look at the right-hand side of the car.
Yeah, that rear shock absorber is absolutely gone at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Almost looks like a Volvo front end at the moment.
He does. As he just tries to bring it on back.
Have a look how flat it is. Look at the Volvo.
It's crabbing hard. The front wheel is broken. The rear suspension is broken as well.
Those streets manually disconnected, so I'm not sure what happened with him. So
yeah, I think that was him after he towed back to pits, and then it's likely been told something. So unfortunately,
yeah. Christ. So Jamie Dyke is up the front now. He's got Troy Maguire and Andrew Cowan. Troy Maguire's passed Cowan at some point while we're checking out that other incident in the middle of the pack. And the boys are battling through. So we've got the top 4, Jamie Dyke, Troy Maguire, Andrew Cowan, Brad Doble, all within a couple of tenths of each other. And then we've got Harry Dodds, Travis Daly gapped out. And then Shane Randell, John Gallen chasing down Travis Daly.
It's been quite a reshuffle tonight. At the moment, Jamie Dyke's getting some massive points over Tannick. Less points over Doble, but keeping the championship quite alive into Belle Isle next week.
Here we go. All right, tactical move here by Mr. Coleman. He's just asked a question. What's the points classification for how many laps you have to complete to get points? So, being that Stone Street's out, he would get 13th place if he pulled out damage right now.
Unless he's been disqualified.
No, he hasn't been.
Points.
Yeah, correct. But if he goes to the pits and removes himself politely, he'll get his points and he'll be done for the night. he's having a night he'll want to forget.
Turns out that's Stone Street that said it, or Coleman?
That was Coleman.
Okay. The front end continuing that was Coleman. No, he's just ahead of the front 4 cars actually. Because I don't believe there's a 75% rule. I think it's as long as you finish a lap, you get a position.
You got to finish the first lap completely. Yes, correct. I think he's carrying a bit of damage too, by the look of it.
Quite possibly. Car looks a little unsettled, but doesn't look absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, his last lap was a 127. No, sorry, a 122. So it's not that bad. 122.6.
Best pace, but not so bad. That's still good pace for race pace. As Dyke and Maguire look to try and hold out a top 2 finish for themselves.
Oh, look at that. 1-2 pro. Excuse me. And third is our Andrew Cowan from the Pro-Am. So that gets us 1, 2, 3 in one snapshot. Bang. That's tonight, which is a good one.
Yeah, he has got
Here we go. Double and Joey.
Down towards turn 9.
He's got it back. He's maintained. Is he going to get the... That shallow right turn is not slowing them down much at all.
No, it's not. Because I think they're getting on the throttle. I think it's because they know the car on the outside gives them a bit of room.
Yeah, they're getting down to the throttle real early.
Well, I think if this was an official, the car on the outside wouldn't care. That wouldn't give you any room at all. They'd try and body you. So bit of respect for them. John Gallen is into the pit lane now. So we suspect this should be the start of the pit stop period for this race. Should only be a one-stopper to get home. Yeah. Gallen's brought it in a little bit early, maybe trying to get a bit of an undercut done on Randall and Daly ahead of him. See if it pays off for him here. As Cowan and Doble.
Bruce has pitted as well.
But he would have pitted to fix his damage as well, though.
Yeah, he went tyre in at lap 10. So that's not it's not the end of the world at lap 10, that's for sure.
No, they could definitely make it home. 16 laps in 20 minutes, so
yeah,
I think they should be all right from that time. So.
Yeah, 100%.
But imagine what this is going to be like, Simple, when we have, open series next season and everyone's contesting for the same thing. more and more drivers into the series with that one as Doble brings it into the pits now. Cowan continues on up into P3. You know, how much more highly contested is this going to be next season now that we're going to have the possibility of drivers who race on Tuesday available on the Sunday as well?
Well, the question's going to be, how's the tail end of the season going to be?
Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's the big question. When people have got not much left to drive apart from bragging rights, I guess it's going to have to be a bit of strategic planning on my behalf to keep the boys interested, and that's what was keeping people interested at the moment. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll come up with something that'll keep it interesting and make sure everyone goes out to enjoy it.
I look forward to seeing what the drivers' choice rounds are for the end of the season, and what they got. Actually, no, hang on. I can't remember now. I'm gonna have a look.
Mr. Daly doing a bit of fish work.
They've given no further action on the moment between Tanak, Delaney, and Visma, so they've determined that all three of them had a bit of a part to play in that one, and it looked like a bit of a schmozzle, so not really that surprising, to be honest.
Oh, okay. So incident on top of the mountain with Bruce Tanak, I think it was John Gallen and Ty Delaney. The incident has been reviewed. No further action. The statement from race control was all three drivers were doing something a little bit naughty. In other words, one on their left probably moved in a bit on the right to close. One on the right probably moved in on the right. The one in the middle probably dived down the middle. You know, so they've all contributed to the fact, which is fair enough too.
See Dodgy and Daly now in the pits as well, so we'll see how Doble goes when he comes past them, and if he's lost anything out to the likes of Cowan, Maguire and Dyke at the front of the field. But the top two look to have this thing wrapped up at the moment. They're lapping at a really, really good pace. They're still contesting highly. Cowan's not really catching the back of Maguire at the moment. As Doble's slotted into P4 in behind Anthony Visma, who is now a lap down on the leaders.
Doble's, I like the way he drives. I really do. He's a very good driver, very clean driver. He doesn't mind a bit of bump and grind. I like the way he conducts himself on track, mate, and he's got himself a good bit of pace as well.
Yeah, he's really seems to have been improving over seasons prior, and as Maguire and Dyke come in, so now this will be interesting as well as Cowan. We'll see where Doble ends up with them. He's really improved, and I look forward to seeing how far he can go with this and how much further up the running order he can go in the upcoming seasons, because he's really gotten his consistency up, which is really, really good to see, quite imperative in the Supercars landscape.
Here's some goss for you.
Yeah.
Next season, you will see a Team SRW Motorsports car in the events.
Yeah, I know. Brad Anderson's doing split 3. I noticed that when I revealed the splits last week.
Yes. So Crosby, Steels and Nash, boys at M1, is getting him a bit of a help out to get him conditioned out there, and we've got some training that's going to help him as well at our end. And he's going to be, flying the flag out in the vets, which is cool.
We'll see how he goes in the split 3 kitchen. They're broadcast, of course, on Friday night, so we'll see how he does in those races, of course. How fast he can get up to speed in comparison to that field. So they are quite passionate in split 3, probably the most passionate field out of all of them, as Daly has come through the lane once again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what for.
Very interesting. As Doble, through all of this, as we were just talking, has actually managed to pass Troy Maguire and Andrew Cowan, and now sits P2 on the road. Importantly, chasing down his championship rival in Jamie Dyke, who is now gaining only 3 points over him in this championship standing, seeing as it's 3 points per position in the feature race.
Travis Daly has had iRacing. He's, poor bugger, he's had a iRacing drive-through, I think, and then he's done a drive-through and got done for speeding as he's gone through, the poor bugger. Oh,
Well,
so now he's going to have to go through there again.
Unfortunately, that's the game you play when you.
Yeah,
you know.
he's going to be doing a bloody. He's going to be doing thing. Oh, Mark. Yeah, Mark Cochran. I completely forgot about it, mate. Reach out to me after the race, mate. Cool. That's poor, mate. That sucks. That's happened to me, and I know very well how that feels. That really sucks.
Well, Coleman's also into the lane now, so you may see.
I don't think you'll see Coleman come back out.
Yeah.
Dyke is getting some supremacy out there and getting some points where he needs them, so he can make sure that next week is going to be a little bit easier for him.
Well, he's currently gaining 15 points over Bruce Tannick and gaining 3 points over Brad Doble, so we'll see how well this is going to play out for him into the final round out at Belle Isle next week, of course.
Good to see Bruce up there fighting for a title, man.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I'll tell you that right now.
We'll see if he can put it all together at the end of this season, or if Jamie Dykes going to claim another championship under his belt, or if Brad Doble's going to claim his first championship on the Sunday nights for the pros, to be named the final pro champion for SRW before you go to that open classification next season. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. You guys do not want to miss it. Next Sunday night, 7:50 p.m, the final round of the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Super Sunday Series with the Pro and Pro-Am classifications before we move on to the Warren & Brown V8 Supercars Championship next season for Season 3.
He was a great little battle with Bruce and Doddsy on my screen. That's been going for a few laps. Doddsy is 0.2, 0.19, 0.17 on the back of Tannick there, putting the pressure on. He's throwing his car in and out of the mirrors. Oh, don't go there, Doddsy. Don't go there. He nearly got a crumple then.
I'll tell you what, Doddsy is not driving like a man who has got a dislocated knee right now.
No, he's doing really well. He's left and right foot braking. Maybe he's doing heel and toe, heel to the accelerator, left foot on the brake.
Quite possibly. We'll see though if he's going to be able to continue this battle on. They are contesting super closely there through turn 1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Battle between them.
Brad Doble's got himself up to 3 seconds behind Jamie Dyke, and Troy Maguire 0.3 behind him. There you can see them just in the top screen in the background. So they're coming through, and there's Mr. Maguire there, and
right
then
on the back of him now. Then it's Visma.
That's Visma. What you see behind him is a lapped car.
After having such a good start tonight, Coleman is back out on track, by the way.
Well done, Coleman.
Such a good start to the night for Visma. It's not the way we wanted to see his night end, unfortunately for him, but he's still continuing on. He knows that anything can happen, and he's still getting some crucial points right now in P12, so he'll go.
Here we go. Oh, I thought he was going to have a look then, but not quite. Doddsy is putting some immense pressure in that bottom screen, man. Looks like he's going to have a go on the inside. Is he going to outbrake him?
Back down the straight, up the inside, long out from Tannick!
Tannick just missed his break point.
And that's going to be a slowdown as well. Can't do it on the racing line. Gives the position up to both of Dodds and Gallen.
Oh, that is just opened up the championship to the 3 of these boys getting closer in points now. Oh, Doble, Jamie Dyke and Bruce Tannick are going to be sharing the spoils tonight, and it's going to be an epic fight to the end next weekend.
Well, that means now that Tannick is now losing 21 points to Jamie Dyke in the championship standings, and he's crucially losing 18 points to Brad Doble. Oh man, I mean, what he gained in race 1 is now going to be a smaller gain after race 2. It'll really depend now who's got fastest lap, if any of them do, to really change up that balance of point structure. Wow, what a move from Dodds there. Oh, Tannick though looks right up the inside of Gallen to get up to P6. And he now looks to chase down Harry Dodds and try and get that position back as Maguire and Doble now side by side into the Formula D section at turn 9. They're going to continue this run through. Maguire gets the move done, carries a little bit more speed through the corner. Doble has to concede back to P3.
That was well done. Maguire carried a lot of pace through that. He did really well.
So come on to the main straight now. Past the halfway point. In fact, we've only got 10 minutes to go. No safety cars here tonight compared to the 5 that we had on Tuesday at this circuit. I think the Super Sprint did well for our safety car count. It was nice.
It did really well, really well. Kept us entertained all night.
It was fantastic.
All night. I'll tell you what, Gallen's doing really well, putting some pressure on the back of Bruce here. He's showing some really good pace. His last lap was a 121.174, so not too bad. 122.819. So he's doing a lot better. He's catching up on the back of Bruce, but the one before that, they were nearly a whole second apart.
Bruce is just trying to stay nice and consistent through turn 6 and turn 7. Wide apex for Tanek though.
He's left it open a bit. He's let him catch up.
He was lucky that Gallen had a bit of a wiggle through there. That probably actually saved the run down the straight.
Yep, the slide cost Bruce 3/10 then.
See, Gallen has got the pace. I don't think he's going to have the lunge.
Yes, he is. Watch him go. Here he goes. Oh no, Bruce surprised him by braking a lot later.
He wasn't fully committed to it back there at the last minute. I think that's important for drivers to remember as well. One thing that I try and keep the back of my mind, Sinker, I'm sure you do as well. If you're not going to be fully committed, just don't go for it, because majority of the time it's going to end in tears. You've got to be committed to your moves at 100%. Like you cannot half do it, because it ends in a crash or in one car off the track, or just absolute anarchy for those two drivers. So that was smart by Gallen. He looks ahead. He knows he's got 8.5 minutes left. He can get this done if he can get the run onto the straight again.
These two are catching Dodgy at the moment. And Dodgy, his rear end is sliding everywhere. I just saw him come through one of the corners, doing a nice little slide all the way through it, and it's costing his pace. I think he might have cooked his tyres.
Yeah, I think the battle with Tanek's probably hurt him a little bit, but Tanek is driving super clean and consistent. Better apex off turn 7 for him there. Gallen has dropped a bit of pace off the exit of that corner now on Tanek as they look to chase down Harry Dodds down towards turn 9 as Tanek looks to be on the charge. Gallen doesn't look close enough to get the move done that he wanted on the last lap. So they look to reset for another one here as they come on to lap 25 when they next cross the line.
This is the closest battle we have at the moment. Everyone else is gapped out a bit. It usually happens straight after the pits, so see how they go in a few minutes. They will start to close up to each other again. Dykey's got himself a 4-second gap now. He's doing a rearm at the moment.
He's just absolutely ripping ahead.
Yeah, ripping it big time.
It'd be interesting to see if we get, Dykey will show up next week, Rehan races, and if Blake Warboys races, with Tanek as well and Doble, obviously their championship battle as well.
Oh, I can't wait for next season.
Oh, it's amazing.
If Rehan comes back for next season, we're going to have Warboys, Lob, Dyke, Rehan. We're going to have, hopefully Michael Whitey will come back in with Mr. Delaney Senior. Then we've got Matty Stewart, who says he's going to come back as well, another champion. Get Coleman into form, and then we have got all past legends on track at the same time. Oh, mate. Oh, Freo's the only other one missing. I've got to have a chat to Freo, make sure he comes back next season as well. And that's everyone.
See here, just quickly, Bruce Tanek looks to put some pressure on Dodds. Laz saying Rehan will be there Sunday and serve that penalty. Fantastic to hear, Laz. I look forward to seeing how he does at Balliol, start from the back.
That's going to be fun to watch. Oh, yeah.
So entertaining to see. So
yes, that's going to be...
That's one positive thing with Mixing Goal. We get to experience watching that happen. But unfortunately,
we're in the box seat, mate. It's awesome. We get to see... Unfortunately, we get to see a bit more than the viewers do, but it is amazing. It's going to be an absolute blinder of a race. I can't wait. What a way to finish the season off.
It's unfortunate for Rehan that he has to do that, but it's fortunate for us because we get to experience it. And it's going to be fantastic to see him pull it off.
if he can
look,
pull it off.
from little what we've seen from the young fella, he's an old soul. He's got a good chip on his shoulders, and he'll just take that. He'll be very calculative. Every pass he makes will be spot on. He won't take any risks. He knows he's got time to get through. So it's going to be an absolute pearl to watch.
I just noticed something about Dodsy's car. His livery's not centre. And it's a little bit of if you look at his bonnet, you can see it's not centre. I've just noticed what we're watching.
Oh, have a look at the move on Bruce then. Bruce has come on the outside, under brakes. Harry has tried to push him a little bit wide, but he's given him space. Tanek has got the momentum coming through, giving him a little bit of love as he comes through, and Gullen's behind him, waiting to pick up the crumbs. Who's going to make it through? Oh, beautiful job by Tanek. I think just that little bit of extra love has put him off balance a little bit. But have a look at the pace here. He's still going. Oh, he's not letting this go yet. Just be careful there. Oh, Gullen's in the mix. Oh, 2 ball wide, 3. Gullen's pushed him out wide in the chicane. Oh, Dodsy's not letting this go. He's going to keep going all the way through it. Great bit of driving there by all 3 drivers. Nice close battles, heaps of space given. I love every second of it.
What that's done is now allowed Tanek to break away just a little bit from Dodds, who's actually now caught him back up through turn 5 here. Lads saying would have been better here though. I mean, that's what we've been saying all week, haven't we, thinking that it would have been better to serve it here for the sprint round.
I think he's got other commitments on Mondays. Is that right, Les?
I believe so. So that's all right though. He's quick. He'll get it.
We'll see. Coleman's no slouch. He's just set the fastest lap of the track tonight of a 1:20.381. So even from the back there, he's tearing it up and doing a great job. That was some great racing there by those boys. I've got on my screen Jamie Dyke and who's that? Oh, that's Coleman. Who's been lapped and he's on the back of Jamie. That's why he's set the fastest lap. He's on the back of him having a bit of fun.
Dyke might be a little bit miffed at Coleman for getting that. Not bored. A bit miffed at Coleman for getting that fastest lap because he's just taken bonus points off Dyke.
Oh, he has too. And we don't have a top 10 rule either, do we?
I don't believe so, no.
No, I believe it's just outright
so
top.
Not that Dyke had the fastest lap required to. But, yeah, he might be a little bit miffed now that Coleman's just snuck that off and Gallon and Dodds continue their battle into turn 5.
He looks like the engine sounds like he's slowed it down a touch. So maybe he's cooled his tyres down and have a crack at it.
We'll have to wait and see. We've only got 3 minutes left. It will be 3 laps to go when Jamie Dyke crosses the line. Dodsy here, just trying to continue this battle with John Gallon here tonight. I'll tell you what, not to show favouritism, it's quite nice actually seeing my driver Shane Randall in the top 10. There are benefits to some cars getting into a bit of chaos.
I think it's one of those races I could be in the top 10, mate. Oh, Harry Dodds and Gallon just switching it there. Look at him go. Gallon's got him under brakes. A little bit of a puff. There's no over and under there. Harry has lost way too much momentum through that chicane. Way too much.
I will say though, it's good practice for Shane because he has got his first attempt to split one vets next season. So we'll, obviously I'll be keeping a close eye on how he does in both series and if being able to race on the same track as his vets race every week next season will pay dividends for him, but I have to wait and see.
Give you a hot tip. I saw the line Dykey just took through the turn 5. He's going for the fastest lap. He's having a real good crack at it.
Yeah, he wants this now.
You can hear it. You can hear it in the engine. He's thrashing the pants of this thing at the moment.
What we'll do is also over the drive. Check out if we can actually get this lap under him here. Full send down the straight from Jamie Dyke. Into the final couple of corners he comes. We'll see if this fastest lap attempt is going to work for him or if Coleman having the toe is going to hurt him here. Down through the final corner he comes. Will Jamie Dyke get it on this lap? Crosses the line. That time then, as Coleman flashes the lights, 2:02.05 for Jamie Dyke. A 1:22.05, so it was not the fastest lap of the race. That's still being held by David Coleman at the moment.
You got to put my other screen up, mate, because there's a side-by-side battle going with Dodsey and Gallen at the moment. And Tannock is gone in the pits.
Oh, interesting.
Tannock has gone in the pits. I'm not sure why. Maybe incident points.
Possibly.
I'll find him.
That could
I'll
possibly
find him.
be.
Let's have a look at Mr. Tannock. Where are you on my screen?
He's not progressing, Sinker. He's entered
He's
pits,
out
left
now.
pits, entered pits, left pits. No, he disappeared for me, that's why.
Yeah, he's coming out now. He's coming out now. Right behind one of the fish. Behind Ty Delaney.
That's going to be a big points drop now for Bruce Tannock as Dykey is trying to break the toe for David Coleman in behind him. They're having a bit of fun in towards the Formula D section. Jamie Dyke brings the car through in P1 after leading the majority of this race. And up and around the roller coaster that is the final corner here at Road Atlanta. And Jamie Dyke will win the final droppable race of the season, getting major maximum points over the rest of his competitors as Maguire's going to come home P2. And then Doble brings it home in P3. Cowan home coming around now for P5, and the battle on the other end of the screen is Dodsey and Gallen, and they've had it coming together.
Dodds had a bit of a touch as they came to the top of the mountain. And Gallen's continued, and Dodsey has lost a place in that. He would be kicking himself. Oh, my goodness.
This round comes Ty Delaney and Bruce Tannock. Delaney's not going to let him have anything, I'm sure, as they come around
no,
the
instructions
final
would
corner.
be holding behind you, young fish. Don't let him through.
They come on through.
He's
They
done
finish
well.
P18.
Done really well.
And then Daly's going to be our last finish up for this race, who has not crossed the line yet.
I'll tell you what, that's a bit of fun, mate. That was a great race. Great driving all and up and down the field, and really good. Happy Dodds of a hurt leg has done really well. John Gallen, Randell, all put on a great show for us tonight, and Dykey working his way through, up 5 places with Maguire 5 places. Nice night of racing, tell you what, very nice.
They've done exceptionally well here tonight for the final droppable round of the season. It was great points for Jamie Dyke and Brad Doble. Tannock, though, crucially, has now dropped 24 points in this race to Jamie Dyke. So that we're now I believe he's actually dropped more points than what he gained in race 1. So well, we'll see if Greg can do the quick math for us and give us a better, indication of that top 3 battle for the championship. But at the moment, I think it may be Jamie Dyke in the hot seat at the moment going forward into the final round next week.
Yes, he's just doing a bit of an expressing session there on the way back to the grid. They're reviewing the last lap incident with Gallen and Dodsey. See how that one comes out.
We'll get our finishing positions up, provisional as they are.
Yep, Barb's is going to have a crack at trying to get the final points up. I've got on the bottom right-hand corner, if you can pop that up, I've got the boys all on the grid. There they are.
There. Jamie Dyke, though, finishes out P1 here tonight ahead of Troy Maguire and Brad Doble for the top 3. Cowie then finishes ahead of John Gallen and Shane Randall for the Pro-Am podium here. All in a row, P4, P5, P6, but we don't know if Gallen's going to cop anything off that Dodds incident. Remember, these are provisional results. Dodds then P7 on the road ahead of Delaney and Tannock, with Daly making up the top 10. Coleman, Visma and Stone Street then make up the rest of the order. Well, you're on live, Sinker.
No, Jamie goes, go live. I said, we are live down the bottom of the screen. He's watching, he's trying to get his burnouts done, and everyone's doing smokies around him. I think the boys wanted their burnouts out there. They wanted to see it. And I go, yep, there it is. Anyway, who we got?
Oh, we got, well, obviously Dykey, Maguire and Doble, and then Andrew Cowan as well, who is P1 for the Pro-Ams. That's who we're waiting on at the moment.
Nice. Great bit of work there by all the boys. Great night of racing. I do, mate, I love my V8 supercar nights. They're just so much fun. Always something unpredictable happening. Always some poor bastard's has to miss out on on something or other. But it's racing, isn't it? It's just the way it goes. The cookie doesn't always crumble the way you want it to.
Oh, that's exactly right. As Mr. Dyke continues his little burnout session for us here on the main straight, as we await our podium finishers to come and have a chat to us here tonight. We've got Cowie in there. We can drag him in pretty much straight away. As we'll get.
Well, he is the winner of the Pro-Am, so let's get him in there.
Yeah. We'll get some stock roll footage up of Cowie.
Mr. Cowan, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good boys. It's a fun track, man. I love it. It's a roller coaster track, so it's always.
It was, It was a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to commentate. There was action packed left, right, and centre. It wasn't as much strategy as Tuesday night, but it just seemed to be a bit more flat out pace tonight.
Well, even Tuesday night, there's not a lot of strategy. You're just watching to see when the guys around you pitting, and I sort of went an extra lap or two longer than Brad, but when Harry pitted, I knew I had to pit, the next lap because you can't really give up that advantage. But look, I was about half a second off the front runners, but it felt really good when you got in a tow and that you're able to hold them off. And I think Jamie must have been running 10 wing or something because he just blasted by me on the straights a couple of times. But it's still good fun.
He was fast off the mark on the stop and go, that's for sure. Next week we are where?
Next week we're at Belle Isle. We're at Belle Isle next week.
That's going to be the race of the year, I think, mate. That's going to be sensational.
Oh, well, I think, like anything, it's going to come down to trying to put in a good quality lap, be up the front, because, if you're 10 deep and something happens, you've got nowhere to go around there. So, I suppose it's all about putting a good one on early, try and get up in the front 4 or 5, and then you might have a good race, but even then, that's not a guarantee at Belle Isle.
No. Well, we're predicting a couple of safety cars to throw us Barron and work. We've got young Leonard is going to make his way from the back because of a real good start, so that's going to put some spice in it as well. There's going to be some contenders fighting for the titles in the Pro-Am, contenders fighting for the titles in the Pros. It's going to be absolutely sick.
Yeah, look, a few more cars here would have been great because this is an awesome track to drive. I mean, it just feels like a roller coaster. The blind turn, you've really got to focus on a big exit for the back straight, and you can do big dive bombs at the end of it. So it's just, I think this is a track that's got everything, and really enjoyed the racing this week.
We did a great job, mate. Showed some consistency. I think we're talking about it during the show. Cowie has gone back to consistency. I think strategically, some things have let you down this season a bit, but you've got to have those punts every now and again. That's what racing is all about. But it's good to see you form.
A weeks ago, they killed me. But, these things happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But your form's been consistent, mate. Your pace has been consistent, which has been really good to see.
Yeah, look, it's all about trying to qualify a bit further up. If you get some practice in, and that can generally find that extra half a second. But if you don't get the chance to put the practice in, it can be really hard. But look, I've trusted my strategy. It's let me down once. It's done me pretty right a couple other times. So, but again, it's one of those things. Look, I think a couple of weeks ago I was right at the back of the field pace-wise anyway. So I thought, if I didn't roll the dice, I was going to finish back there. So I might as well have a go at it. And obviously it didn't work, but these things happen.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, mate, who gets you on track and who supports Andrew Cowan in his racing?
Yeah, well, the boys are performance sim racing tonight. I was flying solo tonight because Troy's gone back on site and we won't see him for a few weeks. Jerry, unfortunately, he works on Monday night, so he can't do the Monday night ones. But, I'm sure the boys will watch back and see how we went. But it would have been nice to have a few more out there, but these things happen. As for the sponsors, West End Motor Group, Parramatta Isuzu, Too Easy Finance, and Harvey Norman. We've got Track Racer, my own business, cowiemusic.com. So if you're in the Brisbane area and you're looking for a muso, solo or duo, or even a trio, put a band together if you need me to. Give me a buzz. But our paints by Night Rider Design, love my paint. And hashtag talk to me, bro. So listen to your mates out there. And, if they're feeling it, just, put a shoulder out there. They can have a chat to you. And, sometimes that's all it requires.
Excellent, mate. Well done. Congratulations, mate. Great drive.
Thanks, buddy.
Alrighty. Next we got is, I believe it's Brad Doble.
Yeah, Mr. Doble is up next.
Yeah. Mr. Brad Doble, how are you, buddy?
Not too bad, Steve. Not too bad, mate.
That was some epic driving out there, man. Doing some really good moves.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks. I didn't quite knew I didn't have the pace to run with Jamie or Troy. Even Visma, he must have got caught up a little bit earlier.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yep.
I didn't get much practice to the track, and today I've jammed my finger in the truck door as well, so it's black. So yeah, I was struggling out there in practice, but yeah, it come together in race. So I was happy with that.
It felt good.
Yeah.
You seem to have a good settled car out there tonight.
Yeah, well, every race I focus on bringing the car home.
Yep.
So if I don't have the pace and they got the moves, I'll let it get done nice and quick so the boys can't catch in behind, and I'll tuck up in behind them.
Yep. Smart man, mate. Smart man. That's the way I do it, except I've got nowhere near the amount of class that you have. Mine runs out as soon as I cross the start line.
Yeah.
Next week, Belle Isle, mate. How are you going to handle that? How's that going to be for you?
Oh, I love Belle Isle.
Yeah. Looking forward to the big traffic.
Look forward to the street circuit. Not the carnage. I don't really want the carnage because quality is very important there. Probably need to be up the pointy end. So yeah.
I think if history tells us when we're expecting a lot of carnage, it doesn't happen. So yeah. I'm expecting a nice race, but a tight race of lots of little battles, lots of little niggles, a little bit of door banging, a little bit of concrete banging. So it should be interesting. Are you racing on your own these days? Who's your teammate these days?
Teammate Sean Cullen.
Ah, that's it. Yep.
He runs in the vets in Split 2. He's off at the moment. He was in and out, bouncing in and out because he's on his missus' laptop.
Yep.
So his computer's crashed again. It's back in the shop, and this little laptop keeps crashing in and out. So he's still got me fuel together for me.
Yeah.
So it's a bit tight at the end. I had to back row it off and clutch. So
excellent, mate. Excellent. Well, I know you've got some awesome causes that you've got on your car. So if you want to list off who gets you on track and who you're supporting at the moment, that'd be awesome.
I was basically supporting our car is Asperger's and autism. Okay. Throw me hands out to Sean for his help in the pits there.
Yep.
And basically it's just me and him.
Excellent, mate. Well, you guys have always got something cool in your car, always supporting a lot of good causes out there, and we try to mention as much as possible. Do you have a support page, or do you do any fundraising or anything like that?
Not at this stage.
No,
not at this stage. These cars that I put out there sort of relate to us, sort of. Breast cancer was Sean's side of things, and the autism and Asperger's that goes between us. My kids both got autism, and one of his sons got Asperger's, but he's doing really well. He's a animator, so yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, that's cool, man. Well, if you guys ever do a fund or anything like that, we're trying to raise money, let us know. We'll try to support as much as we can.
Yeah, sweet. No worries at all, Steve.
All right, take care, mate. Good to see you at the pointy end, and can't wait to see you out at Belle Isle next week, mate. It's going to be an awesome day.
Yeah, cracker.
See you, buddy. Mr. Maguire, is that what we got?
Yep, Mr. Maguire up next.
Mr. Troy Maguire from Fishy Motorsports. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing very well, and yourselves?
Yeah, pretty good. You got some good pace tonight, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm actually surprised. It's not a bogey track for me. I don't seem to go well here. I love the track. I love it. The layout of it's beautiful. I just got no pace around here, so.
Did too bad tonight. What was your best?
Oh, yeah, I know. I did a 20.6.
Best was a 120.633. So it was the second best lap out there, man.
Yeah, no. Coleman had to do the.
Coleman had the 381. Yeah, he took the points off Dikey. Was Dikey happy about that or what?
Oh no, he didn't say anything. He just congratulated him. So I don't think he cared.
He'll care when it comes to Sunday if he misses out by 1 point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, mate, it was a great race. Are you happy with the setup? Happy the way the car settled down? You said it was your bogey track, but you seem to have handled it pretty well tonight.
Yeah, I was close to me. I was on half of. Nah, I didn't really, but yeah, I just got a bit of interest in the race. Obviously, your limits, and yeah, I just kept the car straight. Didn't try to slide the tyres, and just sit back, tuck in, get a bit of draft, save a bit of fuel, stuff like that. And then yeah, sometimes you're down that back straight, you get a run, you might as well just go for it. I'm pretty good on the brakes, so the car was good. The setup was all right. I build my own setups, so yeah, and that's maybe the advantage, that I got instead of just running a generic or whatever one you run, So
How do you go around Belle
yeah, not good, but not crap. but not crap. I can't remember the last time I actually finished the race there without being involved in an accident or causing an accident. Yeah, so them S's really get under my skin. So
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how you rip it up out there next week. I think next week we'll have a massive crowd because we're back on a Sunday night. We won't be doing Monday nights anymore because it just doesn't work for us. The livery's had a bit of a change. You got like the chrome teal going or a satin teal.
yeah, it's actually an Arctic blue, chromed up, thanks to Michael Whiting. He didn't really like the highlighter. I like the highlighter because believe it or not, since I've ran that livery, I haven't been running to him. So
nice. Keep it live, mate. Keep it live. It reminds me of a nice little fishing lure, nice little Tassie devil just sitting on the end there. So maybe you will get smashed up a bit later on. Everyone starts attracting to that pearl colour.
yeah, they're not going to know who I am. So the green,
mate. Well, who gets you out on track and supports Mr. Maguire?
All our sponsors. I don't know what they all are. We've got DC Shades, got West End Motor Group, of course, is our main sponsor. Jamie McKnight there. Yeah, DC Shades, got Battery World Warehouse, my own personal racecraft sponsorship, which is good. John's a good bloke. Yeah,
Battery World.
Yeah, and then you've got Harlan Motorsport, which is obviously Kirby Stream. You got MJS, which is Angus's stream, so they do some streaming, and obviously, Mike for putting up me and all the rest of the other boys because I'm a bit of a handful of the team, but we all have a bit of fun and banter, so it's all good.
Excellent, mate. Well, good to have you on board. Good to see you at the pointy end of the field, mate. Good luck at Belle Isle. I'll be looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Hopefully, go one better that time.
Happy birthday, Troy.
Oh, yeah, mate. There's a couple of days away.
I thought it was every day, mate.
Oh, these idiots. So the older you get, the 10th the slower you get. Is that how it works?
Apparently.
I think that's what the saying is. So, yeah. No, my birthday's on Saturday, so hopefully...
Excellent, mate. Well, you have a good birthday and get ready for a nice race on Sunday. Don't get too hungover. I don't want you drinking and driving on a Sunday.
Oh, listen, man. Yeah, exactly. I can't promise anything, all right?
All right.
Thanks,
Take
boys.
care, brother.
Have a good night. Cheers. Appreciate it. Cheers.
All right. The old fart. Let's see how sick he is. He's probably coughing and spluttering everywhere like I do.
He'll probably be turning it on for us, I'm sure.
Mr. Jamie Dyke, how you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. You got rid of the flu, the cold, the bug, or are you still struggling?
Nah, I'm still sick.
Still sick? So you haven't been at work and you've been practicing all day?
Nah, I haven't been practicing all day. Been dealing with a sick family. But
Oh, you've got everyone else sick, have you?
Yeah, everyone else was already sick. But
Okay, so you're last in the queue, yeah.
I seem to perform when I'm sick.
Well, you did pretty well, man. You got some good pace out of it. You got up the grid in the first heat, and then the second one, I think in the first few corners, you're already up 3 or 4 places.
Yeah. It tends to go well when I'm sick. I came 12th in Scops last night, split one.
Oh, there you go. So, maybe it's not so much the sick, maybe it's the medicine you're taking.
Yeah, totally. I'm on dope.
Well, Dikey, we've just been sent a very provisional standings before next week, so don't take it for biblical. But at the moment, you lead the championship after tonight by 121 points over Bruce Tannock, who's then 8 points ahead of Brad Doble at the moment. So I think if you were just to show up next week, based on these points, I think you'd actually still win the championship just by showing up and doing a lap. Depending on how many numbers we get, but if we go off our averages for the season, I think it would be enough.
But Hamish, that's completing a lap, right?
That's completing a lap,
Right.
which I know can be almost impossible at Belle Isle, but
especially with the new damage model.
Oh, that's right.
It's going to make DNFs a bit more likely next week. So who knows? I might start from the pits, do a Coleman, and just roll around for a lap.
Coleman did ask. He did ask during the race. I heard him ask, "What's the story with 75% finish to the lap? When do I get my points?" And then Barbs did say, "No, you only got to do one full lap." And then you're right. So I thought Coleman was thinking, "Oh yeah, 15. I'll just park it for the rest of the night." But he came back out and raced and stole a point off you, mate.
Yeah, I think he thought about it.
Yeah, he did. But hey, what happens if that point costs you the title?
Really? I didn't have the pace to, I didn't have Visma's pace. I didn't have Tanik's pace. I didn't have Coleman's pace. If they all didn't get together and have their own issues, I probably wouldn't have won that race. But
Well, you got to put yourself in a position to win a race to start off with, and the rest of it just comes together. If it does, it doesn't. Doesn't.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I had an epic rear gunner for most of that one. So
Yep.
yeah, if they did catch up, I don't think Troy was letting them past.
No, he looked like at one point. I think he looked like he was getting ready to back them up if he had to, but he didn't need to. Once that was over, he was just put the foot down and went for it.
Halfway through the race, he's like, "I'm not going to pass you, Dikey. You've got this." I'm like, "Mate, you can go for the win if you want it."
Nah, it's good bit of team play, mate. There's nothing wrong with that. I do like it when our drivers are out there and they run as a team, and they, when they're moving their moves and they're doing their overpassing or undercutting and stuff like that. It's good to see them the way they. I think you guys do it really well in the fishy team. You back someone up onto another spot and then let the guy go through, and then you go boom, tuck in underneath them. So it's always good to see. The other boys that do it really well is the Velocity boys when they're racing in the 86s too.
Yeah. It's very
Troy could be a bit of a Wayne anchor.
Yeah, read it quickly, Sinker. You'll figure out what it is.
I tried not to, mate, on purpose. Oh, dear me. Well, you know what? It was a fun night. Did you enjoy that, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Had some good. I like coming through the field on this track. It's really easy to get passes done.
Yep. A lot of clean passes too. The guys are really respectful, which is good to see. The guys are enough battle to make it hard enough to do, but still safe enough to pass.
Yeah, like it's definitely going to be a lot harder to pass around Bella. I think you got turn 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, turn 3, turn 7. I think that's really it for non-risk.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting because we've got young Leonage coming from the back of the pack, so it's going to be a good little race there. It's going to be fun to watch. Coleman, did you get your flask? I know it's been delivered, mate. I've checked the results. I can't believe you haven't mentioned it. He's in the chat there, mate. And now he's getting pulling out all these new names like Hunt, Michael, and things like that. Axlong, Mike. I'll read them the wrong way. I did, mate. Sorry. Thought I'd wait to reply. You bastard.
He was waiting like a good 6 months just to tell you he actually got it.
Well, his new nickname is the White Rocket.
The White Rocket? Why is that, mate?
He called himself the White Rocket, and Paulie and myself thought it was absolutely hilarious, so he's been dubbed it. He's the White
Called
Rocket.
himself the White Rocket.
Yeah.
What was he rocketing?
His paint wouldn't load, so he just had a white car. He's
so
like,
called
I'm the
himself
White Rocket. And
Oh,
Paulie's like, that's staying.
That's staying. Oh, that's it. From now on, it's the White Rocket.
Yep.
Yep, I like it. I like it. Well, Mr. White Rocket, hope you enjoy your flask. Jamie got 2, by the way. He waited half as long as you did. Anyway, mate, who gets Mr. Dyke out on track and supports the Fishy Motorsports team?
Obviously, I'd like to thank our sponsors, West End Motor Group, Infinity Designs, Precision Sim Training, DC Shades, and Battery Warehouse Early Beach. Are you right? Are you sure? Someone's tired. And I'll give, all the boys that jumped in tonight a shout out. They all raced really well from around me, at least. I didn't see all the drama in the back. Coleman, Troy, Ty. They all did. They all did.
There was a few fish here tonight. Are we going to see Mr. Whiting and Delaney Senior for season 3?
I'm not sure about them too. Whiting's very much focused on Logitech, and Delaney Senior is Mr. Career Man as of late.
Yes, he has been very busy in and out of the country.
Very, very busy. But I can just imagine that we've got Funky and a few others that might jump in next season, maybe.
Well, I'll tell them that Sinker said it's not a maybe, they have to. Otherwise, I'll come hunting them down. I know where they live. And there's also, I don't know if you heard the broadcast, but we've got this massive piston that's been donated to us. Actually, 2 of them, which is 28 centimeters in diameter, 30 centimeters high, and it's a train piston. And we're going to create a massive trophy out of it, and we're going to have that for the driver of the year. But for the first one, we're going to have it for season 3 and 4. And then what's going to happen is one stays at the new showroom, which we're opening up in Ballarat Road here in Melbourne, and that'll have all the champions engraved on it. And then the second unit will actually go to the driver of the year, and he will hold it all year at his house, and then hand it back to us when it goes to the next driver that wins the next title.
Oh yeah, you're gonna rent out the forklift as well for that fucker.
It's gonna cost me to ship it. I'll tell you that right now. But at least it's only 1 and not 2.
That's right.
Coleman's got a pissy flask. Coleman, you got to be in it to win it, mate. And unfortunately, that season that you won it, Dean picked the trophies. So that's on Dean, that one.
I like Coleman's next comment. Hope Lob wins it or Tannic, so you have to pay the international shipping Sinker.
It won't be going, mate. It won't be going. That little trophy what's going for Lob's being picked up tomorrow. That's costing a little mint to send it to New Zealand. So the big one won't go, unfortunately. I'll have to make sure one of the Melbourne boys wins it so I can deliver it. Anyway, that's the scheme of things and what's going on. Anyway, mate, good to see you back on track having fun, and you're not dying in bed, which is good. Better off rowing it over yourself. Yeah, maybe. And Belle Isle, here it comes for the last round of the season, and fight to the bitter end.
Yes, or play safe.
Yes.
And do lots of burnouts at the end.
Yes, this is true as well. This is true. Once we've got the final results up for tonight, I'll post them up. Barbs will post them up in Discord, and congratulations, mate. Good to see you at the pointy end again.
Thanks, mate. You guys have a good night.
You too, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Catch ya.
Hamish, that's the end of another V8 Supercar race. Always a lot of fun, mate. Always some great characters to talk to, and it's good to have a bit of a chin wag with the boys after the race. I don't mind it at all. I could do it for a couple of hours, actually, if people would pay us to do it. But that's not how life works.
No, that's exactly right, mate. It always has to come to an end eventually, and well, it all comes to an end next Sunday night out at Belle Isle for that final round. So you guys do not want to miss any of that action to come. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you are notified. Big week of racing to come. Of course, it starts tomorrow night. Warren and Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series for Tuesdays with Belle Isle for that final round. So you get a little bit of a preview of the Pro Series for next week, and then we get to do F3s for their final round as well for the Shannon's Insurance Formula 3 Nationals. Those guys will be racing out at, if I quickly check, That's next season. At Barcelona for the final round, of course. Then for the GR86s for the Shannon's Insurance GR86 Nationals, they'll be racing out at Homestead, Miami for their final round on Thursday night. And then for the GTD series, we have got 2 more rounds to go for them. Of course, they will be racing out at... Oh, no, I think it's Fuji this week for that race. We have for that one. And then back here Sunday night for the Supercars for Belle Isle. Massive week to come of racing. Going to be absolutely phenomenal. You guys do not want to miss the action. Big thank you goes out, of course, to all of our series sponsors for this season. Warren & Brown Tools, Shannon's Insurance, our title sponsors, as well as DSL Rail Services, Grim Industries, Shunt Scenery, and NeuroPower as well. For myself, Hamish Munro, and Steve Sinkovic alongside me, we appreciate your time. Appreciate you being here with us once again on SRW TV. But until next time, guys, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to snip on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because